Uddhav Thackeray's two Shiv Sena leaders who were tasked by Uddhav Thackeray to go and persuade Eknath Shinde are also currently at the Surat resort, though we are being told that so far they've not been allowed to enter the resort or meet Eknath Shinde. Further, we're also being told that there is a possibility that Eknath Shinde himself has snubbed the two Sena leaders who have reached out to him. So possibly he doesn't want to meet the Shiv Sena leaders. If we talk about yet another Times Now scoop, more MLAs are set to desert Shiv Sena, and why we're saying this is because just a few minutes back we broke down details and we showed you that charter flight ticket of another Sena MLA who is now going to be reaching Surat. So much of action is now going to shift to Surat. We're going to be seeing a lot of developments take place in the later half of the day. If we talk about Sena MLA Lata Sonwane, she's the one who's now heading to Surat. Remember, is the place is the epicenter of it all, wherein the Shiv Sena is saying that the BJP has quote-unquote staged this Operation Lotus once again. So that's the Sena MLA we're talking about, and show of strength by the Uddhav Thackeray government also continues because a lot of Shiv Senics we saw were outside the Shiv Sena Bhavan. They were staging a protest, they were raising their voices and calling out the quote-unquote Operation Lotus. Let me go across to Arunil, who joins us once again on this broadcast. Arunil, a lot of developments taking place now. Much of the action, of course, is shifted to Surat, and we're also expecting developments coming from when Uddhav Thackeray meets Sharad Pawar. But in Surat, have the Shiv Sena MLAs who are wanting to meet Eknath Shinde been allowed to enter? Anything that we've picked up on that so far?
Well, the people who have been sent by CM Uddhav Thackeray are not exactly MLAs. He will not be able to send MLAs because there will again be the threat of them being poached by Eknath Shinde camp. That is, one is Milind Narvekar, he is the personal secretary of CM Uddhav Thackeray, and another is Rajan Vichare. He is a Shiv Sena MP and a close confidant of Eknath Shinde. He is somebody who has grown in the party with Eknath Shinde from the Thane camp. They have been sent over there, but they have not been allowed to meet Eknath Shinde like we've been mentioning about it. Now there is a crucial development that is coming from the Varsha residence of CM Uddhav Thackeray, from where I am reporting at present. At 7 p.m. today, CM Uddhav Thackeray has called for an emergent meeting of all his party MLAs. However, there are only 16 MLAs that are left with CM Uddhav Thackeray. 16 is too less a number if we compare the total number of 55.
Oh yes, absolutely. We're also breaking down details of how some of the BJP leaders, netas have been deputed with the task to monitor the Aghadi crisis closely. Those details on your screens, viewers. But yes, shifting focus to what Arunil just said, an important breaking news update.
आएंगे ना, अगर वो खुद को शिवा सैनिक समझते हैं तो वो जरूर आएंगे.
Definitely, you can see these are people who are constantly protesting out here. Sada Sarwarkar is the MLA who has reached here, and they are telling this is not a protest. This is a show of strength over here. दादा, आपको एक सेना की यूनिटी यहाँ देखने मिल रही है, सब इकट्ठा हुए हैं. क्या लगता है एकनाथ शिंदे जी वापस आएंगे?
पक्ष प्रमुख उद्धव साहब के पीछे हम लोग सारे लोग हैं, सारे सैनिक हैं, महाराष्ट्र की जनता है, ये दिखाने के लिए सारी जनता यहाँ इकट्ठी हुई है.
जिस तरीके से राजनीतिक उठापलट हो रही है, और
राजनीति अपनी जगह पे है, लेकिन हम सारे उद्धव साहब के पीछे हैं.
आप अपील करेंगे एकनाथ शिंदे जी को वापस आने के लिए?
वो काम हमारे और नेताजी है वो कर रहे हैं.
थैंक यू. You can see people are constantly protesting out here, and this is definitely they are telling that it's a show of strength.
All right, so some of those voices we're picking up from outside the Shiv Sena Bhavan, where a protest is currently being staged by Shiv Senics who are of the opinion that Eknath Shinde must return, and must return with an apology. Arunil is also once again with us on this broadcast. So that's pretty much the sentiment within the Sena camp at the moment, that all is going to be well eventually, but Eknath Shinde must come back and apologize, because that's what a true Shiv Senic would do. Arunil.
Well, that is what the Shiv Senics are saying over here. But one important update that I would like to share for our viewers is that there are only 16 MLAs that are left with CM Uddhav Thackeray. Now, if 16 are left, out of the 55 MLAs that Shiv Sena has in the Maharashtra Assembly, then where are the remaining MLAs? That number goes to, if we counted the number, probably goes to 29. That is a very big number. That number goes to 39, beg your pardon, and that is a very big number that is missing. That those MLAs are incommunicado with respect to Shiv Sena's leadership is concerned. CM Uddhav Thackeray has called for a meeting at 7 p.m. With his party workers. A show of strength obviously will be done by the Shiv Sena. A damage control method being adopted over here. But it is massive trouble for CM Uddhav Thackeray, for Matoshri and the Shiv Sena party, because Eknath Shinde, somebody who was considered to be a close confidant of CM Uddhav Thackeray, somebody who had the loyalty of Shiv Sena MLAs, has broken through the ranks. He's at present stationed in a resort in Surat with more than 30 MLAs of the Shiv Sena party. We also understand that some of the more Shiv Sena MLAs are reaching Surat. So that is an extremely
all right,
crucial
7 p.m. is when this emergency meeting will take place. 8 p.m. we are being told is when Arunil Uddhav Thackeray will be meeting NCP Supremo Sharad Pawar. Before I come back to you, another breaking news update coming in. Maharashtra Congress has put out a statement and says the news related to resignation of Balasaheb Thorat from the post of Congress legislator party leader is also wrong, as he is keeping an eye